So don't do this next part, it's just for demonstration only, but I am able to write on my desk because it's made of the same material as the whiteboard at school is made of. So I'm able to draw on my desk and erase it just fine. So I'm going to use this for demonstration purposes. So now, before I start my design, I'm going to think of different lines and shapes that I can use to make my drawing super interesting. So I could draw things like triangles, I could draw squares, I could even draw hearts in my design. I like to use circles personally. It's all up to you. Now that we have some shapes that we could use, we could also think about lines that we could use. Because in a mandala, a lot of the designs are different types of lines, like zigzags and curvy lines and wavy lines. You could use straight lines, you could use zigzag lines, you could use wavy lines, curly lines. The choice is up to you. What kind of line you decide to use in your piece, what kind of shape you use, that's completely up to you. But I'm going to show you, based on lines and shapes, what I would draw for my design. So for my drawing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at just one specific eighth of the picture. Okay? So I'm only going to draw one specific spot right now. What I want you to do is use a pencil first, because what we're going to do with the pencil is we're going to make a ghost print. But first, we're going to make our first design. So I'm going to draw a little half circle here. Make sure you press really dark. That's what's going to help us make our ghost print later. Then I'm going to add little circles. Maybe I'll add a triangle in here. And then I want to do a wavy line. Make sure it's nice and dark. Okay, and lastly, I think I'll do a zigzag. Now I'm going to look at my design and think, what else could I put in there to make it interesting? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add little triangles right in here, just for fun. Maybe another one right there. Okay, so this is my design. Whatever you come up with is whatever you come up with. If you want to add hearts, if you want to add stars, be my guest. So next part, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the back of a marker, could be a Sharpie, could be any type of marker. I'm going to take my picture and I'm going to fold it. Just right like this, right in half. Okay, just remember where your design is, right underneath, right? Flip it over so that your design is on the top, because we're going to be rubbing this pencil lead into the other piece of paper. So what you're going to do, take your marker and you're going to rub it, rub it, rub it, rub it. And by doing this, the pencil lead will show up on the other side. Make sure you go over the whole design. Okay, I'm gonna open it up now. Look at that. Do you see that? There's a little ghost print. It's not quite as dark as this, but look at that. How cool. All right, so what we're gonna do next is we're going to draw right over our ghost print. Make sure you draw those lines nice and dark again. And what you should do is also go over these lines as well, because if you go over those lines, you won't have to do as many ghost prints. Now you're going to fold it in a different direction. Again, you might need a little bit of help from your parents for this part. You want to make sure that this is at the top and this is at the bottom. It doesn't matter where you start with your design when it goes with this. You just want to make sure that your design is being transferred onto other white spaces of the picture. So I'm looking at the top, this is on the top, this is on the bottom, so it'll be easily transferred. Rub, rub, rub again. And there's my ghost print. So I'll do the same thing to all of my spots until everything is covered. And I'll meet you back when I'm done. Okay, I'm back. I had 4 of them done on one side, so I flipped them over and I did my rubbing on all 4 so that I could complete it very quickly. If your image didn't transfer super well onto all 8 pieces of your design, don't be worried about that. It's okay, just try your best. Now that I'm all complete and I've retraced with my pencil, I'm going to trace again with my Sharpie. If you don't have a Sharpie, you can use any type of black marker that you might have. I'll be back when I'm done tracing my mandala. When I'm tracing my design with the Sharpie, I want to make sure to go really slow with it so that I don't mess up my lines. And like I said before, if you mess up, it's okay. So I'm going to finish using the Sharpie on this whole design and then I'll come back to you. Okay, once my design is all done, I'm going to look for any stray pencil marks that I might not have covered and I'm going to erase them. Once I'm done erasing them, I will come back to you once again. Okay, now that you have completely Sharpied your image, what I want you to do is for a little extra added bonus effect, because we have all of these lines in here, we're going to add a few extra lines into our piece to make them look more interesting. You can see that I did that with the one that I made as a sample. I put some lines in here in the corners, and I actually added lines right here as well to make them look like hearts. So we're going to do that with ours as well. I personally do not have a ruler handy. I thought I did, but I don't. So if you have a notebook edge or another piece of paper, or like I have an index card, you can use this as well for a straight edge instead of a ruler. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to decide where I want some extra lines. I think I want to do another one in the background like I did in my other one. I'm going to add that line to all the spots in the background, because with a mandala you want it to be symmetrical. So if you're going to add lines to one of the sides, you need to add it to all of them. Then I'm going to think, where else could I add lines? I'm going to add lines right here on this crease that goes right down the center of my piece. And I'm going to say, hey, I could add that on the other side as well. So I'm going to add it right here. I'm going to add this nice horizontal line. Where else do I want more lines? I think I want them in the center. If this is a radial image, it should start from the very, very center point of my image, right there in the middle where I put that dot. So I'm going to use the creases as a guide and draw my straight lines. All right, there's my finished design so far. Now, all that's left is to color. You can use crayons or you can use markers. It's up to you. Use what you have. I'm going to show you a little bit of how I would color them, because if you look at my mandala, there's endless possibilities in different sections that you could make different colors. So let's get on to coloring. When coloring your piece, you could give it a type of theme if you think maybe it looks like a flower or something you've seen before. Or you could just use any type of colors that you feel necessary. Just enjoy coloring your piece. What I'm going to do is do a different color in each one of these sections. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do green in one section, and then I'm going to use my blue in this section. And since we want our design to be radial, we have to recreate this combination on all of the sides. So I used green and then I used blue. So would I use green next to it? No, I wouldn't use green next to it. I would use green on this side of my design. So what happens is it creates a pattern. Pattern of green, blue, green, blue, green, blue. And yet again, green, blue. Now I'm going to do the same thing on my next portion. Maybe I want to do this one pink and I want to do the next one purple. So I will have to do a pattern as well here. Pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple, pink, purple. You get the idea. And I'll continue this idea throughout my entire design. I want to make everything symmetrical. So if this little triangle right here doesn't look like the triangle next to it, it doesn't quite scream mandala, because a mandala shows radial symmetry. Now, I could have made these little sections different colors as well, but I didn't think about it at first. So now that I'm showing you how to create it this way, you can think about how all the different sections and all the little different designs can be different colors, but you need to make them the same on each specific triangle. Okay, I'm going to skip ahead until my piece is done, and I will show you when it's finished. All right, 4th and 5th grade, we're all done the mandala project. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Here is my completed mandala. Look how bright it is. It's so vibrant. I can't wait to see all of the mandalas that you make. Make sure you email them to Mrs. O for me so I can put them up on the artwork section of the art website. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this project today. I had so much fun creating it for you guys, and I really hope to see you soon. Stay well, stay safe, and remember to have fun. Bye, everyone.